Right, and we're back. Welcome to episode 5 of Delusion. So, if this is the windmill they're talking about, which, as far as I'm aware, it's the only windmill we're at the moment, it's supposed to be a key to the door we open in the basement. In here. Enjoy the summer. Farmhand sits aimlessly watching the shrooms. Busy day? You saddled the farmhand. Oh, I mean, wasn't psych enough. Oh no, there's just ain't much to do around here lately on account of the old poor shroom yield. Each year the harvests get leaner and leaner. Dylan says it'll be fine, but I don't think even he believes it. Last time I took Sky Shroom, I saw a vision of Pool, barren and bare. Houses all ruined, honestly. Unless we do something, this town has not got much of a future, I reckon. Suddenly knows. Yeah, man, I don't know nothing, you hear? If I get caught talking about that kind of stuff, Hellwood should go and weigh me in the scary scales of his. So, I mean, it's gonna be him. Oh. Motherfucker. Back up the hill. It's possible there's another different windmill. That isn't the one that they were referring to. In the previous episode, I came down here for money. Out of my totally not particularly useful compass. Okay, whose house is it? You have the look of a mayor. Must be really inconvenient to live in this place and have to constantly move your "Please don't go in these places" signs each day. Male Olwen. Olwen sits with her eyes closed, a pained expression on her face. Various medallions and necklaces hang around her neck, suggesting she held some important position here in Pool. She mutters under her breath, "Flames, oh the flames! We have to douse the flames!" Is everything okay? Ah, looks at you with frenzied intensity in your gaze. What are you doing? You've got to get out of here. The Nautilob will burn you alive. I bet you that's what that thing is on the hill. What are you talking about? Can't you see it? The monster rising over the flames. Oh, the horror. We just have to. You start seeing some blinks slowly. After a moment, she says, "Nothing's on fire, is it?" Oh, how embarrassing. I'm terribly sorry. You caught me in the middle of a divination. Name's Olwen, mayor of this humble village of Pool. Now, how do you do? You say divination? Are we going to die? She tackles overseas. Oh, by the Sky Realms, not at all. There's only a distinct possibility that we might be bent to life. You see, I have found myself presented with quite the dilemma. It's really nothing to worry about, so please don't cause a fuss. I have the whole thing quite under control. I was merely indulging in the Sky Shroom meditation to divine what manner of threats this giant monster could pose. And it turns out it's really not much of a problem at all, she gulps. What's this about a giant monster? Oh, so it's not common knowledge. She looks genuinely relieved. I thought the whole town would be talking about it by now. You see, a small mercenary band has made certain demands. No, I don't mean Vela's Dark Stars. This lot are much less accomplished, which makes it all the more puzzling how they've got their hands on a giant Nautilob. What's a Nautilob? Just a Skyrealm's mollusk. that you find around these parts, easily recognizable by their shells, but I have absolutely no idea how they could get this big. Those mercenary scoundrels are threatening you with their huge Nautilob. They claim they'll sack the town if I don't comply with their absurd demands. I really don't want to cause a panic in the town, so I'm at a loss to what to do. But if someone can sneak into their fortress to the southeast and ascertain whether the Nautilob thing has any weakness we could exploit, well, let's just say the person would find themselves firmly within my favor. What if those mercenaries were to disappear? Well, there'd be quite the tragedy. The idea of more blood being spilled in Willian soil is a horrible thought. But, of course, it would rather solve the problem here, wouldn't it? And with so little funds to hire guards, it'd be awfully hard to catch the perpetrator of such a crime. But pay me no mind. I'm merely thinking out loud. Now, was there anything else? Oh, this giant Nautilob. Oh yes, I'm presuming it's still there. Never mind. I'm at your... God worship in Pool? Surely not. Most of the villagers who are old enough to remember actively relishing the death of their former god Angwin for all the horrible things he did. I met your son Lud. Ah yes, my darling boy. He was just loitering around on the path again. I can never get that boy to pursue his studies, no matter how hard I try. But I shouldn't be too hard on him. There aren't any other children his age in Pool, and my mayoral duties keep me so busy. Oh, that reminds me, it's any time for my invigorating intonations. Looking for Dark Star mercenaries. Oh, please, if I hear one more word about those bloody Dark Stars. We've always had our fair share of miscreants attracted to Pool. It turns out it's not only poets and horticulturalists who are attracted to the solitude of the countryside. But that wretched Velicaluz moved in with her cohorts, and you wouldn't believe the type of scoundrels we had prancing up and down our idyllic cobbled streets. And now, on top of everything else, we have the Inquisition raiding our island. So I'm sorry, if you have dealings with those ruffians, I really can't help you. Maybe you'll have better luck with someone else around town. I know Nud has done some jobs for them. You can probably find him at the local shop. Why don't you try bothering asking him about it? That's some questions about the town. I suppose maybe our courses are exhaustively busy, but I suppose I can postpone my meditative dance until later. What's the story of this place? Pill is a long, compelling history. Did you know that in all the Apostolic Union we have won by far the most agriculture competitions for the quality of our produce? Or that though small, our Skyshroom farms can rival the orchards of Bayonne in yield? And there's also the drama of Pool's terrible god, who was killed by his own worshippers, and it's all rather before my time, so you'll have to ask Waymaster Culwich about that, I'm afraid. You see, I became mayor of this place somewhat by accident. I was passing through just as the villagers were electing a new mayor, and for the last one had been suddenly, if not unexpectedly, imprisoned on extortion charges. The mayoral contest was one of horticulture. I cultivated a small garden of hymnal hydrangeas. They could sing in 3 octaves, and that was that. Okay, I get the picture. Was there anything else? You seem quite smitten with this hallucinogenic tea. He scrunches his nose. Pool's Skyshroom is not merely hallucinogenic. It submerges one's consciousness into the temporal current. In other words, it allows you to see the future. Sounds potent. Oh, it's extremely potent. The visions are of such intensity that one can be forgiven for thinking they are really occurring, though it's important to interpret such visions with a pinch of caution. You see, not everything the Skyshrooms predict will come to pass, but the cosmos is a web of infinite possibilities, and the future is not stuck in stone. The user's hopes and fears can taint the vision in rare cases. They're also known to cause fainting, nausea, delusions of grandeur, extreme anxiety, abnormally bushy eyebrows, independently sentient limbs, and death. But all the more reason that we must use the Skyshroom responsibly, yes? And they really are quite good for digestion. Did you know there was a ministry around in the old fort? Well, I couldn't be much of a mayor if I didn't know that, would I? Under Union law, mercenaries are perfectly legal organizations. The trouble is that in peacetime, they tend to lean towards more illicit pursuits. Being so far from the capital city of Rugova, Pools attracted numerous types of ruffians over the years. They never caused too much trouble, at least until Vela's dark side mercenaries moved in. You'd never have guessed they were once the most respected sellswords in the Union, based on their recent behavior. Of course, you'll have noticed that the ruckus coming from the old Godwall fortress, the Episode Union has finally had enough, you see. It's about time they told that Vela a lesson, but all those explosions are really disrupting my morning routine. That's all. Was there anything else? Thanks for the info. Was there anything else? Goodbye. You can see yourself out. You can see yourself out. Yourself out, yes? Right. That was the mayor. Oh, he's a freaking kite. I'm going to assume these headstones will have died fighting the god. Now, we've been told we need that basically we're going to have to wait until nightfall in order to actually get what we need. We're not going to do that. We're actually going to explore. Show you things. We're probably going to try and do the quest with the Nautiloid. Nothing else. Let's keep going and see what happens, I guess. My sign reads this way to the Wobbly Noggin. The old pub serving ale and providing bin board. This way to Hellishire. That'd be a dragon. It's not inactive. And no, I guess we need the key, right? Greetings, the bridge been closed unless you're aware of a genuine. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll be going, thanks, bye. Okay, so we've got two things we can do, right? So we've got the we need to wait until nightfall for things. We have a port to break into down there. We probably need to rest for what we can do. And what on earth is this? Oh. Oh. Oh, we're doing this. I guess. That's the Nautiloid there. Problem with half of these things, they don't. Because the enemy designs are very sort of alien, right? There's no sort of easy indication as to what they are or what they do. So you are sort of. So I mean, that thing looks as though it's going to explode. And I also have to sort of rein in the printing I'm doing because the character's getting tired. Okay. On the lowlands. So we're going to start walking towards the fort because we know what's in the... what's that? I will gain credit for one thing, if nothing else, right? It is making me want to sort of explore. We haven't really had the opportunity to properly... Probably is also an argument because of how much melee combat we're doing to Skull has one eye pressed to his looking glass. As you approach, he squints, takes a deep breath, and is suddenly still. Ah! Pleased to meet you. Shoo! The scholar sneezes. He sprays a thick globule of mucus over his looking glass lens. He wipes his face and looks perturbed. These mushroom spores. Why did I have to be sent to Pearl of all places to make this damned map? Can I get a copy of your map? Look, I don't have time to pan to your every want. The chief cartographer needs us urgently. Turn to look at you, then pauses, realizing something. Actually, you know what? Maybe you can have a copy as long as you're willing to work for it. I can do that. What do you need? We're making a new kind of map, a magical map that tracks the shifting movements of these isles and corrects itself. The real work is with the cipher spell we're weaving together. But I need someone to go out and anchor the spell to specific landmarks. Take this cartography notebook. When you get to a landmark, equip it and then use it to make a cipher chart. The map will show up in your journal. If you obtain a compass, you'll be able to see yourself on the map too. There are 4 scholars working on this map, including myself. Together we cover Hallowshire, the Endless Realm, the Clockwork Kingdom, and Poole. You should also visit my colleagues to see what landmarks they need. The most important region we need mapping is Hallowshire. I'll note those locations in your log. I'm sure whoever marks them will be rewarded. What landmarks do you need in this region? Well, the first one I was supposed to chart was the old God War fortress over there, or the Blinding Light. Okay, only I heard it's infested with pirates and smugglers, so I was hoping to wait until I felt better. There's another fortress to the southeast of the island. Have you seen the huge creature that's floating above it? Oh no, that one will have to wait. And finally, there's the Sacred Shroom, as the locals call it. The northwest, only it's the largest mushroom I've ever seen. It would surely destroy my sinuses. There's a reward. Well, you get access to the map itself, but I suppose we can throw in a few coins with each cipher chart too. And if you manage to map out the Hallowshire region, I'll consider giving you a recommendation to the Erudite Academy. Can you see it, floating up there in the sky? Being allowed access is a real privilege, believe me. For sure, very well. What's this academy you mentioned? The Erudite Academy. It's only the most esteemed academic institution in the Union. You can see it up there in the sky. It's a flying island that travels around the Episode Union to where it's needed most. I've been stationed on the Oniric Isles for the past year or so. There's an elevator platform that would take you to the island. But you can't get in without recommendation from a scholar like myself. What can you tell me about this island? Pebble? Well, it's the northernmost island of these Oniric Isles. The local neutron star that orbits all the islands before every 12 hours or so is the brightest when it passes Pebble. Decades ago, the locals a particularly nasty god, which meant they were more than willing to take up arms in the God War. This place became front line of the fighting. That's why there are so many old fortresses about. Of course, when the war ended, it went back to being a sleepy sort of place. Though it's technically part of the Episode Union, you'll find that few in the Heartlands have really heard of Pebble, unless they're particularly fond of Skyshroom tea they make here. You want to meet the locals yourself? I'd hit up the Pebble village above us. If you'd rather be in civilization, then I wouldn't blame you. Take the road north to Hellershire, where the Episode Union has a larger presence. More than anything, as I'm sure you've noticed, Pebbles are covered in blooming mushrooms. The spores stick to your clothes, they get in your hair, your nose. It's enough to make anyone. I think I'm going to sneeze. That's all I want to know. With pleasure. Farewell. Okay, cool. So that wasn't an actual waste of time. I thought we were getting the map to begin with, not the... Okay, so we can potentially now get a map. And we I don't know what that icon means. I don't know if it means we're... Oh, I see. It means we're take. Can we use his bed? He doesn't have a bed. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do... Okay, back up. Oh, we can do this better. How's the smell? How do we cast spell? Control. Next. All right. So, control, and then right. Walk us back to town. We can then go in here. Now, while we're at it, controls. Oh, okay. So if we go items. I mean, that very clearly is the windmill. what if we go... Oh my god. I'm not gonna waste that potion, but whatever. Oh my god, a zombie. Oh my god, I tell you where I am. Yay. We managed to get what we lost back. So that's the thing. We'll just jump back through the hole. 2 seconds. Oh, I just misread the time, but whatever. Cool, so what do you actually do and want? What's this? Dropping? I thought I told Dwin to stop giving the key to any breather. Look, I'm sure you know the drill, but anyone about this little smuggling enterprise and you'll get a blade in your throat. Got it. With the pleasantries out of the way, what'll it be? Looking for some goods or a Union passport? Worse the wear. Well, have you never seen an endless before? You haven't, and all. Well, the name's Guthrie, and I'm 600 and something years old. Forgive me if I can't recall the exact number. The last 100 have been a bit of a drag. Anyway, I'm not a bloody emissary for the endless realm. You can see it's rotting trees and mausoleum spires from Pibble, so you really want to know the lights of eternal life in Dusty Tomb, you can go visit sometime. So your Union passport, do they work? Well, if they didn't, I'm not likely to tell you now, am I? How's this? If the fella at the weighbridge assesses its forgery, I'll come and give you a friendly visit at your Inquisition prison cell. Satisfied? So if you want one, you'll have to look through my stock. What's the bottle on the back? It's an old family heirloom, shall we say. Us analysts are fond of our portal mirrors, even if they often lead you to the arse end of a mausoleum. Though I might as well make good use of a pair and stuck up a little partnership with Dwin. That one leads right to the Lost Purse in Hallowtown. Let's just say the folk over there have mutual estates for Union taxes. Only they keep the room barred from the other side unless we have a delivery, so don't go snooping now. Already done that. And obviously you didn't get it from me, right? Even we can get another first version. So that's a thing. Buy more lockpicks, which you don't really need. I couldn't yet buy anything. Oh, they said I could sell a fortune. Or again, we've been a different way of achieving that same result. So, if we go tab, we sell the glorious treasure back to Harad, or Dwin, wherever that was. You know there are mercenaries of the monster outside of town? I heard as much from one of our regular merchants. He said something about beast floating over the old fort. Those rotten onion lads again, ain't it? Always some trial and some harebrained scheme, or they're scaring off my trading partners. Mind if I do? What a dick. Room, I will use 2 coins, I'll take it, thank you. Oh, Uncle Ruckus. Okay, it's midday, I'm gonna go until night, so we'll sleep until night. In the darkness and under such a thick hood, you can't make out the person's face. Get away from me here. You shouldn't be here. Come any closer and I swear you'll regret it. And nothing else, they're showing us how to get to the hole we found underneath the other thing, right? So. Yay. And beginning to see the Nautiloid. The what Lloyd? The Nautiloid. People have found evidence of God worship in the caves in the town. But who is it? Hey, one more needed. Okay, so that's so I think it's actually down there I want to go next because we hadn't explored it yet, and there was that one random tower. It's not her boy, but we'll drop a cut in here, I think, and we'll try this in the episode. So, next time, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.